Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me this Wednesday. I wanted to go over the topic of expanding your network today. And it's really not going to be a lot of me sharing my screen. It's just going to be me talking at you. But hopefully you'll find some valuable information here. Now, if you're anything like me, I do not have a very strong, what I would call warm network. So most of the people in my immediate network were not very supportive of when I started my business. Actually, when I started either of my businesses, I got a lot of criticism and things like that. So expanding your network outside of your little circle is really, really important for the success of your business. And I wanted to give you some cool ideas. I have notes because it's a lot of information. And I'm going to be kind of vague when it comes to social media and things like that. But next week, I will be going into detail, sharing my screen and showing you exactly what to do and how to do it. But this is just more of an overview of the information. So first things first, expanding your network. Now, the people in your immediate circle may not be very supportive of your business overall when it comes to like actually buying from you, or and this goes for any company. This is not just specific to our company. And so sorry, my phone's going off. I'm going to turn it on silent here. So what I would say is ask them to support you in a different way. You can ask them to share a post on their social media about you, your products, your business, your services, whatever it may be, and say just something very vague. You can share, like if you're in a service industry, just share what you do and say if anybody's interested, I can connect you to. So that would be a great way for them to just support you in your business. So friends of friends, that's a good way to start. Social media. Like I said, social media is huge this day and age, and I have a lot of people who say, I don't want to post to share my business, which that's totally fine. You do not have to. But social media is a huge tool for expanding your network and relating to your current network. So what I would suggest mostly, join groups on social media and make sure that when you do post, that you're using hashtags. And if you don't know how to use hashtags, ask me. I'm happy to share some of my tips and tricks in that regard. But basically, hashtags are a way for people to find you. Especially like on Instagram, I know that that's pretty huge. I just saw a post from one of our uplines, and she just got a brand new lead because friends are liking her stuff and it's popping up on their feed. So it's really neat. And it's a great way to just kind of get people to follow you that you otherwise would never have connected with. In fact, on Instagram, one of my consultants, and she's on this page, but one of my consultants actually found me on Instagram, and it was just from either a friend liking my post or from hashtags, whatever it might be, but she's actually on my team now. And I would never have connected with her if it weren't for that. So Instagram is great, but there's so many popular social media platforms, like so many. Facebook is huge, of course. We use that for communications all the time. Instagram is huge. We have even Pinterest is really big. A lot of people don't think to utilize that in like a soliciting or advertising type of a platform, but it's huge. Another one is LinkedIn. I feel like LinkedIn is one of the most underutilized social media out there. So many people. I think I have more connections on LinkedIn than any other social media. What else? Yeah, there's a ton of them. So we have Snapchat. I don't know if you're very good at Snapchat, but I'm learning that one. Basically, just go ahead and get familiar with one. That's what I would suggest, is getting familiar with one social media, get very proficient at it before moving on to another, because you don't want to just be terrible at all of them. So you want to start with one, get very comfortable, familiar, and then move on to the others. So that's a good way to start. But like I said, my next training, I'll go way more into detail on the ones that I'm proficient at, because I'm not proficient at all of them, and share some tips and tricks for using those. Another thing is creating relationships. So let me tell you, there's so many people on Facebook and things, and we reach out to them as part of our business income producing activities. But the problem is that people will start to tune you out if you're not relating to them more rather than just contacting them about business, okay? And so what I would say is like their stuff, comment on their stuff, message them about their lives, not just about your business, okay? The other thing with that is like on Facebook, and again, I'll show you how to do this next week, but on Facebook, you can create lists of friends that, like, if there's people that you have on your dream team or your prospect list or anything like that, you can actually make a list that makes sure that you check into that and you're not missing any of their posts, because that's really important. You want to kind of integrate into their lives and become that constant. Another good thing about creating relationships is when you're reaching out about your business, don't make it so advertising when you're relating to them. If anything, make it super casual and relative to them. People can tell when it's a copy and paste kind of a message or voicemail. What I would do is, make it way more personable. So, hey, yeah, I would love to meet up with coffee. It's been so long. I actually have this business opportunity that I'm super excited about, and I just wanted to run it by you and see if you knew anybody who might be interested. Again, super short, sweet, and yet you're still putting in there that you intend to connect with them about business, so that they're not surprised when you guys meet up and then you attack them with that information. So make sure you set the expectation, but don't be too salesy about it, because we're not really here to sell. We are here to share. At least I am. I assume the rest of you don't want to be salesmen either, but that's just me. Okay, so live videos are huge now on social media. You can do them on every different platform, I think. I mean, maybe not Pinterest, but every other platform you can do live videos. And I've noticed that those live videos get more traction, like a lot more views, and they just kind of show up. I think people even get notified when you go live. It's really interesting, but it just kind of, and you don't have to always go live about your business, but just going live in general will get your feed across to their news feed more often. And what I would say about live videos, because let me tell you right now, I hate live videos. I hate videos in general. I hate the way my voice sounds. I am a crazy introvert. So the fact of going live in front of hundreds of people, many of whom know me personally, gives me anxiety like nobody's business. So, but I will tell you that the more you do it, the more comfortable it is and the better you will get at them. But when I say better, I don't want you to be like cookie cutter, rigid robot person, okay? You want to be real. People will not watch you if you are a cookie cutter infomercial. They just won't. And they want to see you having fun. That's when they're going to tune into you. That's when they're going to, really want to know what you have to say, because it's fun and it's entertaining to watch. So think about those things when you are doing your live videos. Okay. Another kind of untapped resource are your children. I leverage my children all the time when it comes to business. I integrate them more so, I would say, because you already are spending the time with your kids, right? That's important as a parent. And well, so I'm told. And so what you would do is just kind of use those opportunities as a way to make relationships with other people. So when you go to their activities, when it's you're at a swim meet, or if you're at a dance, rehearsal or weekly dance classes or baseball practice, whatever it may be, put your phone down. Because what happens is we go and we start just, searching through our phone at whatever and doing the infamous scroll. But there are literally live human beings all around you who you can talk to. You can create those relationships. And not only just for your own social well-being have you. But it's good for expanding your network, okay? Now, yeah, these people may not be the ones who buy from you, but they may know somebody. They may refer them to you. And even if they don't, like, they may just be an amazing person and a blessing to have in your life. So those are the things that I would think about. I know one of my friends posted on another team page. She's also a consultant, and she met somebody on an airplane when she was going to a retreat. And it was a little over a year ago that she met this person, but just by talking to them on the plane, they now became a customer of hers, a preferred customer. So that's really important, just to make those relationships and just to connect with people and kind of get outside your little bubble that you put up, that wall that you put up, okay? Another thing for me is when I go out, like when I go out to eat or anything, I get to know my server. I always do. I always ask them questions about, like, how long they've been there. Do they like it? What are they doing? What's their goals, basically? And I have had quite a few servers end up connecting with me on social media because of these conversations. And I get it. You don't want to have just you're with people usually. So when you're out to eat, so you don't necessarily want to alienate the people that you're with, but include your server, know them a little bit. And then when you're getting ready to leave, put your business card in your bill, with your bill. And then as you're leaving, be like, hey, it's been great talking to you. I'd love to connect with you on social media. Sometimes I'll say something about the business. Sometimes I won't. But if I am talking about the business, I'll say, I help a lot of people, like in your situation, college kids, whatever it may be, to build a side income. So connect with me on Facebook. I'd love to share it with you. And I've had people connect with me, and I love it because they're connecting with you for a reason, for a purpose. And that's what I love about it. You can also leave samples with them if you want. I've done that a few times, especially when I'm on vacation and I try to get to know people a little bit better. I put your little sample in with your bill. And that's fun too. But let them know that you're going to follow up with them and connect with them on Facebook. Okay, what else? Okay, this one is hard for me. It is to never, ever decline an invitation. Cue eye roll, right? Me, introvert. What I would like to do on a Friday night, sit in my PJs, drink a half a bottle of wine, maybe a whole bottle, and watch Netflix. Like, seriously? That's my idea of a night out, okay? But you're not going to expand your network that way. You're not. And so when I say never turn down an invitation, I mean this is for everything. It is a networking event. It's a girls' night. It's a birthday party for children. I mean, that's where you get to know people. It really is. And most likely, if you show up for people, they're more likely to show up for you. So when you're hosting that business launch event, or that coffee and conversation night that you want people to come to, they're not going to come if you're not showing up for them. So that's the other side of that. So that's hard. I'm an introvert. I totally get it. But that's huge. You're gonna want to learn how to do that and kind of commit to that life. Okay, hand out the samples. I kind of touched on that a little bit. Always have a couple of samples in your purse. I mean, I don't care if you're just out shopping and the sales lady helps you out, or you're getting your nails done, you get a sample to your tack, your eyebrows done, whatever it might be. You interact with people all the time, especially in the summer. Summer is when people connect with people the most. It's because you're on vacation, you're doing more leisure stuff, you're pampering yourself a little bit more, you're at the beach, you're at the pool, whatever. You connect with people a lot more in the summer. So keep that in mind. Another thing, I have so many notes for you guys. Okay, another thing, become an expert in your field. So whatever it is that your business is, kind of be the voice of reason when it comes to that stuff. So create a group on Facebook if you want, or just post the stuff on your normal profile. But what I would say is to not just review the products that you sell personally, is to kind of also recommend things that are amazing to you. Recommend, oh, you tried this new pillow and it's incredible and I want to share it with you all. Or this lip gloss is incredible. I am in love with it. This is the brand and this is what it feels like. Because the more information that you provide to people, the more that they're going to trust your opinion. So that when you are recommending your service or your product, they're more likely to listen to you because you're not only about your stuff. Like, you also are reviewing other people's items and products. Okay. Another thing is to involve your family. This is not just our business, okay? I involve my husband, my daughter, my kids. They all know what I do, for one. They all know what it is. They all use the products. Literally every single one of them use our products. And not only that, but you can ask your spouse to share your posts, or tag them in a post, or ask them to talk to the people that they work with. Those are all very important things to sharing. And not only that, but if you get your family's buy-in, and have them participate, then they'll get that this is a real business, that it takes time and effort. And when you succeed, then they're succeeding too. And that is so neat. It really is, to share that with your family. I mean, my daughter will come with me to business presentations or coffee nights or whatever, and she'll share her experiences. My husband is the same way. He uses the products, and he'll tell people all the time that he uses, this tactical skincare. And so it's really neat that he's very involved too. And he's my biggest cheerleader, because if you have a supportive family at home, you're going to be more apt to succeed. All right. Another thing is to brand yourself. And again, I'll probably go over this in more detail on specifics of how to brand yourself, but let's just put it this way. You are your product. You are your company. You are your service. So make sure that you are a product of the product, that you are actually using the items that you are selling, because if you're not, then why would somebody else, right? Another thing is to conduct yourself professionally. So I had prospects online who, without getting into too many details, they were posting things about illegal substances and just kind of being a little ghetto. I don't know how else to put it. And honestly, I just kind of pushed them to the back of that prospect list. I was not pursuing them anymore, because that's not how I want my team represented. I am actually very picky about who I go into business with, because I want it to be people that I like and that I can spend time with, that we can go on retreats together and things like that. Because if you don't like the people that you're in business with, and I mean, I know that people say, oh, everyone's a prospect for your team. I am a lot more selective than that, because I want to enjoy my business and I want to succeed. So there takes a certain DNA of people to really make this work. Also, be authentic. Do not try to bullshit people, basically, because they'll see through you in a minute. Plus, we don't want to do that. We don't want to just take people's money. That's not what this is about. It's about sharing your products. It's about sharing your service. It's about bringing them into this opportunity that is life-changing, essentially. So be authentic and share the experiences that will relate to them, so that they can see how it would benefit their lives, not just how it's benefiting yours. I also have a surefire way to not get rejected. I know a lot of people have very fragile egos when it comes to hearing the word no. So I used to be that way, but you kind of have to have some grit and push through in order to get through that. And this is one surefire way to not get rejected. You reach out to a friend, a colleague, anybody that you think would be interested or would benefit from your service or your business, and you say, hey, let's do coffee. I have this great idea, and I would like to know if you happen to know anybody who might be interested. Okay, cool. So this way, you're not asking them to do the business with you. You're saying if there's anybody that they know might be interested. And that is really important, because what it does is it takes the pressure off of them from feeling like they're being sold to. And it also kind of lets it open that maybe they will know somebody, or maybe they'll say, oh, that sounds awesome. I would be interested in that. So either way, it's not a rejection. And that is huge for, I think, everybody. It's good for everybody. So they're not feeling like they have to reject you, and you're not feeling rejected. I think it's important. Okay. This one is hard for a lot of people, but I'm going to tell you that it is pivotal to your success. Get out of your house. Get out. Get out there in the world of people, okay? Weekly, go to the park, do a standing play date weekly, message the moms in your area, say, hey, I'm going to the park or the splash pad. I mean, it's summer, it's hot right now for the people here in the States, and do those mommy and me play dates. It doesn't cost money to go to the park or the splash pad. So there you go. And you'll start to see the regular people there, the ones that go there regularly, and connect with them. When you have a good conversation, say, hey, look me up on Facebook, or hey, here's my number, call me, let's do this, okay? Talk to people at the store, the grocery store. I don't know about you, I live in Surprise, so there's a lot of elderly people who want to talk to my children. Every time we go to the grocery store, they just want to chat with them. I let them. I don't roll my eyes like I used to. I engage in the conversation. I mean, just be personable a little bit. Make friends at the pool. I had a hotel weekend a couple weekends ago, and it was for a wedding. And then I actually made friends with another mom who had an 8th grade graduate, just like I did. And we just started talking about school and 13 Reasons Why and stuff like that. Well, we exchanged phone numbers, and now we are friends. So it's a good way to do it. Join a bunco group. Join any of those kind of like mom escape groups. Not only are they fun and just good for your sanity, because we mom all day long, that it's good to get out. But it also helps you start building relationships with people. And be an active, like I said before, when you're going to activities. So be an active dance mom or baseball mom, whatever it is. And interact with the instructors, interact with the other parents. Just be present. Do a monthly girls' night. Do a happy hour. Everybody pays for themselves, go out for a margarita, whatever it may be. Go to a movie. We did one a few months ago for 50 Shades of Grey, or 50 Shades for, I don't know, one of the 50 Shades one. But people like to go and kind of have a girls' camaraderie meetup. That's really, really a good idea too. And it doesn't have to always be like, hey, this is a business presentation. Not like that. Just go and be friends with people. And then tell your friends to bring friends, so that way you can meet new people and expand your network even further. Join local groups. So whether it's in person, or on Facebook, they always do meetups. You can really find anything on Facebook, but they have moms of teens groups. They have moms of preschoolers. They have adoptive and foster parent groups. They have singles groups. They have everything that you might relate to. Join them and be active in them. That's the key, though. You have to actually be active and interact with people. I would say that when you're building your business, you really need to allocate the time into expanding your network. Schedule the time every single week, how much you're going to spend on expanding your business, and keep to that. Write it in your calendar. Hey, this is my expanding my network time. It has to happen if you want to grow your business. And what I would say is I personally, just this year, have really gotten into networking groups. And I've joined probably 4 different networking groups this year alone. And I go to every meetup that they have. And it's been huge for my businesses. I have two. So really important. Some of them cost, but some of them are free. So look into that. And also you have a local chamber of commerce, which does cost to join. However, you can always negotiate your enrollment fee. So contact the person, get some more information, even ask them to go to like a test kind of thing, be a guest at one of their events before you enroll to see, because you don't have to do just your local chamber. Like I could do the City of Surprise, or I could do the City of Peoria, I could do, whatever. So go to a couple of test ones. These chambers, they have different educational seminars where you meet with and mingle with other professionals, like women in business groups, things like that. I've gone to a couple of those. And I mean, but the one thing that I will say about these networking groups is that you cannot enroll and not participate if you want results. If you're going to enroll in something like this, you actually have to go. You have to push yourself to attend these things, and that's how you're going to grow your business. You can't just sign up. I mean, I have one group where there was another business. They paid all the money to be like a top sponsor, but they never go to the events. And so what happens? I get their business because I'm there. I'm present. So that's what I'm telling you. Always take your business cards, always participate, and just talk to people. And I'm telling you, I am not a people person. I'm like anti-people person. So I get the hesitation in doing these things, but if you do them, I guarantee you will succeed. I guarantee it. And it is a lot of work. Okay. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It is a lot of work, but what we do is we work really hard at the beginning to launch our businesses and get them self-sustaining. And once they are, you will just be bringing in the money and not having to do a fraction of the work. So that's the end goal here. Okay. Work harder now so that you can play harder later. Got it? All right, everybody, have a happy Wednesday. Please tune in next week. I am going to go over social media in greater detail. Thanks, guys. Bye. Let me see if I can end this.